Shit. Fuck.
Alright.
Good afternoon, guys. This is the Eccentric Mind Podcast with George Hernandez. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. And today I'm very, very pleased to introduce our guest. We have Robert Medina, one of my closest friends. I've known him for about 4 to 5 years now. And man, I cannot begin to tell you just how much of a motivating factor he's been in my life. And man, I'm just excited for you guys to hear his story. He's been through a lot, and he's done a lot recently over the past 10 to 11 months, year or so. And I'm excited to put on this show for you guys today, just to really allow him to reflect upon his journey so that you guys can understand and learn about it from his perspective. And then maybe you guys can get something from it so you can utilize it into your life and, affect you for the good, affect you for the better. So without further ado, here is Robert Medina. Robert! My man. What's up, brother? Thanks so much for hopping onto the podcast today.
Of course, I'm honored.
Man.
First guest.
Literally the first guest, and you were the exact person I wanted.
I know you kind of texted me out of nowhere. You said, hey, I'm doing this podcast. I would love to have you. I was like, warm in my heart, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Dude, man. So, I mean, just let them know who you are, where you're from, what high school you went to, you know. Who is Robert Medina?
Oh, yeah, I'm Robert. I'm 23. I'm so sorry.
No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, I'm Robert. I'm 23. I have a 1-year-old. His name is Aziel. Of course, my lovely girlfriend Caroline. I went to high school with George. That's where I met him. And right now I'm doing apartment maintenance, HVAC.
Mm-hmm.
So,
bro got a big boy job, ladies and gentlemen. He's on fire. So, honestly, the reason I bring you here today, Robert, is pretty much we were together, or pause. We've known each other for quite some time now, and over the past 10 to 11 months, you did make a steady progression from just average Amazon warehouse, and then you just completely plummeted, shot up to the top, bought yourself a house, got a kid, good girlfriend. And I'm curious as to that change for yourself, right? So I have it written down here. Is most of us during our time is we're chasing accolades, you know, right now, because we're just at the age of no accolades. We just want accolades so much more. And I feel like there needs to come a place where you need to be mentally locked in, you know. So if you want to get the body, if you want to get the brains, if you want to get the business, if you want to make the family, you want the relationships, all that work-related accolades, you need to be mentally locked in. And in order to achieve those things, you need to be, like I said, mentally locked in. And the reason I wanted you on here and the reason I fucking love you is because it's not your accolades, it's not your age, it's none of that. It's your demeanor, your ability to stay cool and calm, your ability to keep that damn smile on your face when you're battling through shit, and you can keep it to yourself. You know, whenever I think of you, it's like I'm going through my own personal struggle. I think of you and I'm like, fuck, well, what's Robert doing right now? What the fuck's Robert doing right now? He's probably getting up. He's probably working his ass off. So I'm like, let me fucking get on my shit too. Real shit. Which is why it's like I fucking love being around you. Because like I said earlier in the podcast, like you're just a very motivating factor in my life that I don't have too much around me. You know? So whenever I think of you, I just think rock solid. You know? Robert the Rock. So it's like, in order for people to get that flip of the switch, you know, just to really turn on that second engine, people struggle with that, you know, to go out and get the house. Because honestly, when it comes down to you, like I said, you made a completely just a different approach. You made the switch, and now you're doing something for yourself, but also doing something for your family. And I'm just curious as to how that switch came to mind. You know, when like I mentioned before, you were working at Amazon warehouse, and then you made the switch. Like, you could have stayed exactly where you were at and then made it work there. But what made you? Yeah, you were there for 2 years. So what made you switch? What was that factor? What was that point? What was that moment that made you decide, like, fuck, like, I gotta make this change?
Well, real quick, you gotta give yourself props too, cause your like discipline is like top notch, bro. Cause you're one of the hardest workers I know as well. You do all this stuff, and I'm obviously some stuff isn't gonna work out, but you don't let that get to you. You keep on going. You try something else. Like this podcast, I didn't even know you were doing it, bro. You just told me the other day. But yeah, I was at Amazon for 2 years, and I would always tell myself I need to get a different job. I need to do something else, because I went to college for business for I think like a semester, me and Ruben, and then we both dropped out. Because it just wasn't for me. I don't want to like sit behind a desk and stuff. I always wanted to learn like how to do stuff with my hands. That's why I like HVAC so much. But yeah, I was telling myself, okay, I need to get a new job, but obviously nothing happened. But then I think it was like 5-6 months into dating my girl, I found out she was pregnant, and that's all it took. Cause I mean, a baby's a blessing, you know. A baby, you want the best for your kid, and that's what I wanted to do for him. You know, I started applying to other jobs, and then what was it called? UEI called me, the college I went to, the trade school. They said, hey, you want to come check it out? We'll talk about it. And they had programs for electrician and HVAC, and I was heavily debating electrician as well, because they get paid really good too. But HVAC is a little bit of everything, so I went with that. It was a 9-month program, and at the time, me and my girl weren't living together, so I would go to work, go straight to school, and then if I had time, I'd hang out with her, make sure she's good because she's pregnant. I wanna make sure she's doing like as little as possible, you know, because it's exhausting. I don't know, but I've seen how it affects her when she's pregnant, you know. But yeah, I was doing that, and then the first month, because I didn't want to wait, bro, to get a job. So the first month into the trade school, I started applying at like mass applying at at jobs, and that's when I found Synergy, and they took me on. It's not a full HVAC thing, but I worked around residential units, so I became like familiar with them. But like I just hustled there, bro. It was like piece rate work. So the more you do, the more you get, and I'm the type of guy I'm gonna do the most I can, you know. So I'm like, hey, this guy, we had markers is what it's called. So they would get you the work, and you would they would get you the appointments for the houses. You would go to the houses and do the work. So there'd be marketers that do good for like a month, and then they get comfortable, they slow down. And I'm like Angel, he's my manager. I'm like, this guy's not cutting it. I need a new guy, cause I'm not making the money I want to make. So yeah, I just kept doing that, and time flies by, bro. So next thing you know, my girl's a couple weeks from having my baby. I think we got our house August, and she was about a month or two from having the baby, and there was a good amount of work, a good amount of stuff we needed to get for the house, you know. So I mean, it's definitely hard, but it's not impossible, you know. Anything, we've always told each other, if something's not working out, we'll figure it out, you know. And I don't know how, but we always do for some reason. Even now, because right now I'm working, like I said, for the apartments, and I'm not even making half what I used to, but we still have enough to pay the bills, to eat, and we could go out every now and then, but we always tell each other we'll figure it out. And bro, like a baby, seeing him is the motivation in its own to just keep pushing, you know. I'm a dad, I can't show him my weaknesses, because I want him to have a good like role model. Because my dad as well, I would see him he would always give me whatever I needed and more, and that's the type of father I want to be for him. But like emotionally, like you probably know as well, emotionally he wasn't always there. If there was something wrong, I kind of like keep it to myself, and I don't want that for my son. I want him to know I'm there for him emotionally and physically. So that's what I'm trying to be for, what type of dad I'm trying to be for my son, you know? And so far, bro, it's just like, I don't know how to explain it unless you have a kid yourself, you know? Like, having a child is, I fucking love that kid, bro. Like, his little giggle, I'm gonna start crying, bro. His little, like, giggle, just hearing him, fuck. Just seeing him, like, learn new things, it just makes you want to keep going, you know? Like, I fucking love that kid, bro. Yeah. I'd do anything for that kid.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Damn. That's, you lost me at words there. I love that. To consistently see you go after it so much harder, regardless of what comes into mind, because you, at the end of the day, you have your kid. At the end of the day, you have your girl now, right? Yeah. So now it's like there's no excuse now. It's like, okay, now it's like I put myself in this situation. Now I need to continuously go out and I need to go get it, right? Because you have just something to fall back onto now. You've created something of your own and you never stop. And that's why I fucking love having you around. That's why I love you, genuinely, you as a person. It's like you just continuously go after it, man. And you don't ever stop in that sense either. Like you're just nonstop, bro. You're nonstop, man.
You gotta try, bro.
Yeah.
And real quick, of course, I forgot to talk about my girl. She's the one that started it all. And I've always been the type of person to not like rush into love. Like if you find someone, you find someone. If not, it's no sweat. You know, just do your thing. But we kind of like found each other out of nowhere. We would just. I was a water spider, so I would get people work, and she was working in the area I was working at, and we had mutual friends. So I would see her, but I didn't, like, she's pretty, but I didn't think much of it, you know. I was like, she's out of my league, so not bothered, you know. But yeah, I would see her around, and she would always hang out with our mutual friend Isaac, and I thought they were together. So, I mean, I didn't do nothing about it, you know. And we started like talking more and more, and the conversations would go from how good morning, how you doing, to we started talking about like what we're gonna do and shit. And what's her name? I think her name was Lucy. It's another mutual friend. I was working and they called me over and they're like, hey, you're Robert, right? I'm like, oh yeah, what's up? And they're like, I think Caroline likes you. And bro, my heart dropped because I was like, there's no way this bro, she's so pretty, bro. I was like, there's no way this girl likes me. They're like, yeah, like she thinks you're cute. And I was like, you're fucking with me, right? You're not playing or nothing. Like, no, why would I play, you know? And it honestly took me, I think, like 2 or 3 days to like build up the courage, cause I'm like, what if they're playing? I just got on my hand like, what if they're playing? What if she blows me off? And I would see her around, and I just go talk to her, like, just don't think about it, just do it, you know? But I couldn't do it at the moment. And when I finally did build the courage to go and ask her out, I was shivering, bro. My voice was all, like, shaky, and she said yeah. But now that we've been dating for 2 years now, we still, like, go back and laugh about how it was. She said she would how you say it? She would try to get me to pursue her. She was like, why isn't this guy talking to me? Why isn't he like asking for my number and stuff? But I just do me, you know, so I didn't think much of it. And she said she was gonna blow me off the first date, cause she's like, oh, this is weird, I don't even know this guy. But I'm so glad she didn't. The first time we hung out, we just clicked, bro. We went hiking at Mount Rubidoux, and there was like no awkward moments. The whole, I think like 2 hours we were there. We were just clicking. We were just talking about like random stuff. I felt like I knew her for years, you know, even though that was the first time we hung out outside of work. And it was coming to an end when we left Mount Rubidoux, and she was like, hey, you want to go grab some boba? And we just, I don't know, I honestly feel like I knew she was the one that day, you know? Even though it was too early, but I knew there was something different about her.
Yeah. Did you imagine your like life with her after that date?
Low key, after she left, I was just sitting on my bed, just looking at the ceiling. Bro, I like knew she was the one. And
damn, I'm glad you segued into that because that's where I was gonna go to next. Yeah, damn.
Because just like time and time again, there's what people call like the honeymoon phase. You guys love each other, and then obstacles come in your way, and it separates you guys, you know. But we've been faced with so much obstacles. We had the baby. I think I told you Amazon. I didn't leave. I got fired. So there was like a point where I was a month or two without work, and then that's when I found Synergy. But we did that, and obviously her being pregnant, her emotions and stuff, it could stress her out, you know. But nothing's like separated us, so we're locked in, you know.
Yeah.
To the point where I'm like, this is my girl. Like, there's nothing that's gonna separate us. Anything that comes our way, we're gonna face it together, not separate. Like, it's us versus the world, not us versus each other, you know, pretty much. But yeah, I fucking love that girl, bro. And she gave me my son, of course. That's, how could you not love the mother of your son, you know?
It's awesome to see just how far you guys have come along over these past 2 years as well.
Yeah, and I don't even think you guys met yet.
We haven't met yet.
At my son's first birthday, Ruben saw her, but she didn't say hi. Because she was just kind of walking. He was like, oh, is that your girl? And he pointed at my tia. I was like, fuck you. I was like, fuck you. I was like, no, it's her right there. He's like, okay.
Fucking guy. Damn.
We've been always joking.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think you guys have officially met yet. But
are we changing that?
I don't know. It's because it's kind of like different different vibes, you know? Because we're, even with you, me, versus like me and Ruben, like Ruben's more like childish. Like all three of us can hang out and have fun, but if I want to have like a deep conversation, I come to you, you know? Yeah. So it's like different vibes with each other. But
hence why he's on the Eccentric Mind Podcast.
Exactly. Well, I'm first guest.
Yeah, first guest, dude. Fuck, man.
I think you're gonna have me tear up.
I'm so glad you're here right now. I'm so glad you're doing this with me. Like, this is fun. And it's the first one too.
I know, I was thinking about it the whole day. Yesterday I was like, fuck, what if I'm like dry? What if I don't give them enough content?
Nah, never
just
that,
get
man.
in my head and stuff.
Shit. So then, man, I'm over here like, what else do I have to say? Shit. So it's like, I remember you mentioned a while ago, like, you made a really lasting impression when it came to me. You said, like, you can't grow where you're getting hurt, right? So I guess we're going to segue a little bit into, like, your home life. Like,
when I was talking about with my parents.
Yeah. So I'm curious as to know, like, what kind of sparked you wanting to move out and what sparked you in making that decision?
Well, I mean, I've always wanted to move out because that's everybody's. Did it die?
It died.
Fuck.
It's all good. It's all good.
Is it still audio though?
Yeah, I still have the audio on.
Fuck, come on. But yeah, basically, I mean, everybody wants to move out at some point, you know? But it's always like finances or something holding you back. And when I met her, we would always talk about moving out. And the baby came, and we were able to afford a place thanks to my other job. But yeah, living there, I don't know. It's because I love my parents, you know, but their relationship isn't something to look up to, if that makes sense. Like the way they handle things, they've been together, I think, as long as I've been alive, so about 23 years, around there. But it's not like nothing to look up to. When it comes to argument, they still like butt heads. There's no resolution. They just won't talk for days, and first to like give up, I guess, and then they'll make up. So I've always told myself in a relationship I want to be a better partner than like my parents were. So with my girl, even to this day, I'm still trying to better myself. If she thinks there's something I could do to like improve the relationship, I'll give it a shot. Lately we've been trying to get closer to God, so we missed it today, but we were supposed to go to church. So we'll try to go to church. We've been doing like a morning prayer and like a nighttime prayer, and I feel like honestly it's been helping us because we've been saying a thing when we get in like those dumb arguments, we'll be like, oh, it's the devil trying to separate us, you know? And it's been helping a lot, I feel like.
Mm-hmm.
So even though we've been together like 2 years, I feel like our love is still growing a lot, like day by day, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And basically, I lost my train of thought.
You're good. I love that you mentioned God, because that's huge. And
Yeah.
I've also been doing the same thing, morning and nighttime prayers. I'm curious, what church do you go to?
We've been going to Harvest in Riverside.
Is that
It's a bigger church.
Christian, Catholic?
Yeah, Christian. It's because also I forgot to mention, growing up, my mom's Christian, my dad's Catholic. So my dad, I don't know exactly, but I think you guys go to church not as often, right?
Me? Or how do you mean, Catholic?
Because at least my dad's parents, they would go to church, I think, when they would do the Ash Wednesday thing.
Yeah.
And do they do that like once a year or what?
Yeah.
So I think they would go once a year.
Mm-hmm.
And my mom, she would go like every Sunday, sometimes more, but I've always, like, as a kid, you don't want to go, you just want to stay home and play games, you know?
Facts.
So I kind of just go for her, and I never felt nothing. I would see people like receiving the Spirit of God, and they'd be like on their knees crying, and as a kid I'm like what are you doing? Like, there's no way, like, you're being serious, you know? But so I've always had that like stigmatism. I don't know if that's the right word.
No, you're good.
I've always had that, like, I don't want to go to church because it's not something I want to do. I feel like my mom tried to force it on me. So with my girl, I've been trying to do better because it's gonna help our relationship, and I feel like it is helping our relationship. So I've been trying to give it another shot, basically.
Yeah. Nothing more powerful than the Word of God, man.
For
I'm starting to learn that for myself.
And bro, honestly, since we've been praying, I feel like what we've been praying for it's been happening, you know?
Yeah.
Especially with like finances and stuff. I'm like, Lord, please, like, help us with something, because we're from what it looks like, we're gonna be short on rent this month, and I don't know how, but the money comes, you know?
Yeah. Man, God is good, bro. God is good.
And obviously my son, he's healthy.
Yeah.
He was just laughing before he called me. Bro, his laugh is so fucking contagious.
It's crazy how fucking, like, I think about this a lot though, like how real he can be. Like, there's clouds. Think about it. So when it's really hot, it's super fucking hot. Bro created clouds.
Oh god.
He covers the sun, and now we have shade.
Yeah.
If you cut a tree, that tree will grow exactly to the point it was before you had cut it down.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's insane. It's like a system, you know? Like seeds, fruit, I can give you an apple, and you use those seeds to grow another apple for the rest of your life. It's insane. It's not a coincidence. At least my perspective.
There's like crazy stuff like that, because people, you know how he gave like Adam and Eve like fruit trees and stuff, you know? He said eat all this stuff, you can have all this, but they wanted the apple. And I forgot who said it, but there was like a celebrity that was talking about, oh, God made grapes and they're charging us for grapes. Like, what have we come to? But I do feel like the world is getting worse and worse, bro. They're like advertising the devil and shit.
It's scary.
And especially since my son's here now, I gotta be more aware, you know?
Definitely. I'm curious, what's his, like, are you gonna allow him his screen time usage? What are you gonna...
Honestly, it could be better. We do let him watch more than I would like, but it's because when I want to clean the house, it's easier to like put him down, let him play with his toys or watch his TV, so I could clean the house and stuff.
Yeah.
But would like to cut it at least like maybe half or a quarter from what it is.
Yeah, makes sense. I'm just thinking.
What to say?
I'm letting it get to me. Huh. Best thing about being a parent?
Just seeing them grow, bro. Every day I feel like you learn something new. And I've been trying to get into the habit of was because I read somewhere that kids copy what you do, you know? So, and it's true because the other day I was sneezing because I was sick, and bro, he was sneezing. He does a little like motion. I'm like, what the hell? Like, this kid's smart as hell. So I'll clean around the house, and I've noticed he really likes brooms right now, bro. Like, he'll see the broom and he'll cry for the broom, and I give him the broom. And he like tries to mimic sweeping. And then we'll do the bed. So in the morning, I like show him how to do bed. Like, oh, every corner goes to one side, and we'll like do his little blanket in his crib. So I've been trying to get in the habit of doing that, so he could pick that up, you know. But
so he can make his own bed.
Well, yeah, but it's just good to do, you know. So he makes me a better person, even though I'm trying to be what was I gonna fucking say, bro? I suck at this shit.
Hey, me too. I'm pretty bad too.
Basically, he just makes me a better person, you know.
Yeah, and I can see that it's highlighted every time I have an interaction with you. I can definitely see your growth as well too.
Yeah.
And though we may question that sometimes, like, fuck, am I actually growing? No, like it's like growth isn't just linear; it's outward too.
Yeah.
You know, sometimes you're probably growing outward, and you don't want that to happen, but it's still growth nonetheless, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, like you mentioned, like, I'm always seeing you grow as well too, and it's a fucking privilege.
Yeah.
You know, it's
like,
crazy.
There was one thing you said not too long ago. I think you said at least get better 1% every day, because even 1% adds up, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And that is fucking true, bro. That's what I've been trying to do. And oh my god, bro, I forgot what I was gonna say.
365 days out of the year.
That's 365%.
Exactly. Yeah. Did you, when you were going throughout that process, it wasn't really, was it planned, or was it just, I'm putting my head down and whatever comes up my way, I'm taking, and I'm going and I'm hammering in on this process? Like, for when it came to the point where, you know, you lost your job and now it's like time to get more. What was that like? Did you plan anything, or?
Well, it was kind of they gave us a notice, but they didn't say directly it was gonna be me. So what they said was, we lost some funding, so we gotta let some of you guys go. But like how I said, I hustled, so my production was fire, bro. So I didn't think I was gonna be one of the people that left. But then again, I've only been there for a year compared to some people that have been there like 20, 30 years, you know? And in companies, whether you like it or not, there's always going to be favoritism. So they let, I think it was me and like 4 or 5 other people go. And I was just like wow, you know? And honestly, I didn't, how you say it didn't hit me. Like, I didn't cry, I wasn't angry. I was like, it is what it is, you know, I'll figure something out. And for, I think, a month and a half, I was out of work. Like, I didn't have nothing. I was just living off savings. And that's when I found the apartment maintenance. So I've been here for the meantime. I'm still trying to look for jobs. But I've never been like, no, honestly, the first week, I was pretty frustrated because that's when it hit me. I was like, oh, bills are coming. My bank account isn't increasing, it's decreasing, you know, so obviously that puts some stress on you. But my girl would tell me, like, how we always say we'll figure it out, and I found this place. But the hard part right now is trying to find a HVAC job, and obviously that's gonna pay less, so there's always gonna be risks with everything, you know.
Yeah. What are your next plans for the next? So for the next, we already kind of talked about it before the podcast, but like, what would you say for the next 5 to 10 years? Like, what is it looking like for Robert?
Well, hopefully, Because for HVAC, you could start your own company, I believe, after you have, I think, 2 or 3 years in install and either 2 or 3 years in service. You could start your own company. So I would like to start my own company because that money, when you're out there on your own, is really good. There's like a little thing in the condenser, the unit outside. It's like a battery. If you change one of those, bro, you could charge like $350, and it takes like 5 minutes to change that. You could just do those all day, and you make bread, you know. But obviously, you have to put in the work to get that experience to start your own company. And like I mentioned earlier, I would love to marry my girlfriend. We're at a place where we're ready, but we're ready emotionally, but not financially, like I said. And then either get our own house or a bigger house. So my son can have his own room. And I would like to get back in the gym. I remember when we were doing basketball. Mm-hmm. I was doing basketball. I was doing cardio at work because I was water sparring, getting the work and everything. And at the time, I was also going to the gym, bro. I was like, my stamina was insane, bro. I could just go all day.
Yeah. Bro's a tank in the post, ladies and gentlemen.
I was a fucking tank.
And then we gotta go lift. I'll make you a training program and everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Bro, I got you. Literally.
How's the because you said you got a couple Zoom calls, no?
For the program?
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't. A lot of them weren't qualified.
What was that?
So they weren't. Didn't align with my program. So I offer a specific sort of thing, and they just didn't align with it. Like we wouldn't have helped each other out, pretty much.
Are you like making them a program for fitness, or is it?
No, not anymore. So now I'm doing like online branding. So I help others try and make money online for the most part.
They help you out somewhere?
Yeah. So it's like if I don't have a specific skill that I can help them with, I won't take them on just because I don't have that skill that they're looking for. So I can't solve that pain, and so like I don't want to, help them out with that because I don't have that skill that I can help them with, So yeah, most of them just weren't qualified. Some of them didn't have the money, and then some of them just wanted to like free advice.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's just a daily grind, pretty much. You know what, man? Yeah.
I know you'll find something.
Yes, sir. You too, man. Damn. Well, shit. That's Robert Medina, ladies and gentlemen.
Let's fucking go.
Let's go. Thanks so much for hopping on, man.
I
appreciate you. Love you, man.
I studied a couple times. But it's my first podcast.
It's my first time having a host, so I hope the audience, or I guess, I hope they can understand, like, it's his first time. But yeah, we're good because we get better every day, right? We're still young, baby.
Well, as you could see on the video before it cut out,
before it died,
the setup was fire. I fuck with the setup.
Thanks, man. Thanks. I like having the books.
I like the books in the background.
Yeah. More over there. Fuck yeah. Thanks so much for hopping on.
Of course.
Appreciate you. Yes, sir. Alrighty, guys. That is this Eccentric Mind Podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate you, and I hope you have an amazing day.